No, no mysterious puppy here.
I don't think of it every day. I think of it more when she's really rotten. And I have to remind myself, she's a miracle child, you know?
The greatest thing about making it this far along, 7 years later, is that I don't really remember a lot of the details of those bad days. I know they were there, and I certainly wouldn't want to go through them again, or wouldn't want anyone else to, but I don't dwell on them anymore.
You look back and you remember, but she's 7 years old, so it's been a few years, and I've been able to walk through that, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, and kind of able to live without looking back at it every day.
My wife's at the hospital because she's got problems, and we wonder what's going on. And then you find out, well, the baby's coming, and it's coming early, and it's coming very early.
She was born at 23 weeks and 3 days, and before she was born, the doctor said she had a 20% chance of surviving. If she survived, she may not walk, may not see, may not hear. She was very small, she was 1 pound 3 ounces when she was born, and then went smaller. She lost weight in the hospital. So her wedding rings fit up her arm. Her blood pressure cuff was the size of a quarter.
You become numb, I think. It was a very stressful time, and honestly, I think for my own benefit, I've forgotten a lot of those details, but your life is completely thrown to a different place from where you wanted it to be.
When she was 2 weeks old was the first time I was able to hold her. It took 3 people. She was hooked to a ventilator and wires and tubes completely, everywhere. And so it took 3 people to hold her, and she was just laid on my chest. And that was the first time I held her after 2 weeks. And after that, she had a surgery on her heart and then became very, very sick, and it was another 2 weeks before I could hold her again.
You have this baby that's your child that you want to be with, you want to be part of your family, but you can't bring her home and do the things that you want to do. She's stuck in a plastic box with wires and sensors and nurses and doctors and needles, and it's just not at all what you had hoped.
Without the research that the March of Dimes funds, she would not have survived. They gave her surfactant therapy, which allowed her lungs to expand and contract, and without that therapy, her lungs would have stuck together and never inflated, and she wouldn't have survived. And without the March of Dimes research for that, her story would have been over. 1, 2, 3, jump! Good job! It's pretty normal. Libby's a 2nd grader, her big sister Ava's a 4th grader, and we do gymnastics and we do dance, and we just have a normal life.
She did it, sort of.
That was pretty good. March of Dimes for us is absolutely the one charity that we hold special above all others, because they really gave us our daughter.
Some person started walking and raised that money years ago for this research, and I feel like it's part of my way to pay it forward, as I'm walking now and I'm raising money for the March of Dimes. So later, some other baby doesn't have to have that experience. They can have a take-home baby and they don't have to spend 109 days in the NICU.
I'm pretty sure I just didn't understand it when I was a baby. I had no clue it existed. I just knew that we were going on these walks for some reason.
For us, when the March of Dimes needs something, it's not a question of if, it's what are we going to do, So when's the walk? We'll be there. We'll rearrange our schedules. We'll have birthday parties that day and make it a big celebration. We did that because it was generally so close to her actual birthday.
The March of Dimes research is what saved her. Thank you. You made our family possible. Without the people who came before us, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this.